What's up, guys? It's your girl Riva, and I'm back again with another video. If you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Riva. It's very nice to meet you. Before we get into this video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. And as I always say, make sure you guys leave your comments in the comment section down below. It does not matter how you feel about this video. We all want to talk about it. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow my Instagram. It's at RIVAH_JORDON, and we're gonna go ahead and get right into the video.
Said, in the city that you're in, it's your surroundings, it's the individuals that are there, it's the pickings.
I think for where I live in South Florida, kind of like Atlanta, you have a lot of choice. Men here have a lot of choice. I don't know what the current ratios are. You are always going to find a good-looking woman here.
Women have a lot of competition.
Absolutely.
So it's hard for you to find a good man because you are competing with a lot of different women?
One part of it, that's partially yes.
Okay.
In addition,
go ahead.
I would also add that the men that I necessarily attract, I'm not necessarily always attracted to.
So you're from Wichita, Kansas, and you think that it was kind of your surroundings, like Suzette Speaks was saying that, she's in South Florida and it was hard for her to find a man because there was so much competition.
Yes.
Do you find that was kind of your situation as well? What are the demographics like in Wichita?
In Wichita, I think we're like almost 500,000 people. The Black population is like maybe 27%. We still do have a lot of like entertainers and everybody that comes here and everything. So we're not like Dorothy Toto, Kansas, back in Kansas, none of that. We have a good time here. Unfortunately, these men, and I'm gonna tell you what we call them. We call them Wichita niggas, because when you're getting one, all of a sudden they want to act like the generation now. They don't want to put in the work. They're the same age as me.
Let me ask you, Chanel, are you currently married now?
No, I am not. I'm 48.
Okay. And have you been married before?
No, I have not, but I've been in relationships before.
Okay.
I'm like, why are you acting like you're 32? Like for myself, if you're looking at I don't know if you can see my avatar or my picture. Do I look like I'm 48 years old?
No.
Exactly. So the individuals, they kind of treat me like they would if they were dating someone who looked 32, 33. And I'm like, I'm 48, sir. Treat me this way. Don't treat me like this generation, like a Zoomer. I'm not that.
Okay, so are you currently dating?
No, I'm not dating right now.
Okay.
By choice.
Right. I guess the reason I asked is because you were saying that men treat you like a woman in her young 30s. But how would they treat you like that if you're not dating?
Because when I'm talking to people, that's when the revelation comes to me that I'm like, I don't need to talk to this person anymore. So
how do they talk to you, or what? None of us really are from Wichita. How do they talk to you in a way that lets you know that they're this type of stereotype that you have, or they're this type of category of men? Okay,
so for example, a gentleman wanted to talk to me. He saw a comment that we had mutual friends on Facebook. He saw my comment. He wanted to jump in my DM. And the first thing he talked about, he didn't say like, hello, my name is such and such. He was like, so what that tongue do? And I'm like, because I'm just commenting off something funny that my friend did. And I'm like, is that how you meet people?
Okay, so she said a lot of things right now. Okay, so she said that, the men that she attracts, they kind of act like, she's this young girl, I guess, that has all this time to waste. She doesn't have that. She's too old for that kind of stuff. Now she's saying that the guys that do approach her are kind of vulgar in their approach. And then she's also saying how it is in the dating world, but she's, not quote unquote dating. So it's kind of like, how do you know? But I think that there's so much that goes into this. I mean, like, especially when you're a single woman, when people are going to, try to holla at you, or, try to, hit on you or whatever, you're always going to get different approaches. You're always going to get different avenues where people just aren't respectful and they don't know how to portray themselves. And, the people who do know how to portray themselves, but also, are kind of like young minded or whatever it is. But I think that if this is the majority of the feedback that you're getting from men who are trying to quote unquote holla at you, is this whole, disrespectful tone. I think that there's a lot more that we have to take into consideration of like what is feeding into that. Like, is it the way that you're portraying yourself? What joke was it that you were laughing at that made this person respond in this manner as well? So I don't know. I think that there's a lot more to the story that we would have to find out exactly why she's getting these results. How she said about these Wichita guys or whatever the case is. But I genuinely feel like she has a part to play with this as well.
He's like, yeah, I'm interested in you. I'm like, why would you be interested in me if you thought that was going to make me be like, oh, yeah, you're the person? Because this is the mindset of a Wichita nigga. What one woman won't do, another one will. So that means if you're going to a Golden Corral, for instance, that's your favorite place, and you like to get a steak when you're there, but it's a buffet, right? And the people tell you it's just going to be, we know you love steaks, you come here all the time, it's just going to be 5 more minutes on your steak. Do you mind waiting 5 minutes? They're like, sure. But no, Wichita nigga look over and be like, that chicken looks delicious. So they'll go over to the chicken. They didn't even want to wait. I'm the steak. I'm the 5 minutes worth of waiting for because you're about to get a.
Let me just digest this, okay? So she's the steak, okay? She's the steak. What results has she had to let it be known that she is the steak? She's never been married. She's 48. She doesn't have any children. She's single, quote unquote, by choice. So why would this guy feel like you at 48 are the steak? He might, and this is just me being completely honest, he might feel as somebody who is maybe 24, 25 with no children, who is single, is the steak. But you at 48, he might not feel like you are the steak. He just might not feel that way.
Really good woman, and you decide to be like, no, I'm not gonna wait on it. I'm gonna get the chicken. So that means you couldn't wait on my values of getting to know you better within a month's time and not just jump into bed with you and have sex with you, but somebody else will. So that's the reason why we can't.
Because you're 48. Because you're 48 years old. Are you a virgin? No. Has it ever been a time that you haven't slept with someone before? Like, is this going to be your first rodeo? Absolutely not. Men at that age don't have time to waste in the reverse. They're not playing these silly games of, oh, well, we need to wait because, I need to see. They're like, come on. Come on, Sally. Let's not play this game like we're so innocent and young and we haven't been down this road before. And that's just being real. Like, they're looking at you sideways because it's not like you haven't done this before, and it's not like you haven't given this to other people who are less deserving as well. That's just keeping it 100. Like, it's because of your age. It's because you are 48. They're looking at you like, what are you talking about? Wait, what are you even talking about right now? Okay, so I gotta wait with you even though you're 48 years old. Okay, let me go ahead and get this chicken. Because in his eyes, the chicken had more seasoning than the steak anyway. The steak was a little dry.
Have quality men here. You're doing Sierra's prayer. You want to wait for this and that. No, you're not going to do that in this city. You're going to have to wait and do it, how I want to do it or not at all. And that's the problem with the city.
You're talking about waiting for sex?
Yeah. Like, I'm wanting to wait for that. I want to get to know you more as a person. I want to make sure, like I said, I want to make sure I'm not just being your representative and you're telling me everything I want to hear just because you want to hit it. And then you hit it and quit it.
Right.
So I'm trying to be like, okay, I'm 48 years old. There should be people out here that's the same age as me, which I've met, that would want to do the same thing, but they're not. They're like, no, if you ain't trying to give it now, then in the beginning they're like, oh yeah, I'll wait. Okay.
So if you are 48 and you're finding across the board that majority of the men around you do not want to wait for intimacy, what does that say? What is that saying? Is that saying that, you know, they're all wrong or crazy, or, you know, they all have an issue? Or is it that it just doesn't make sense to them?
Fine, it's cool. Then as time goes on, like a month, they're like, okay, why you ain't gave me that?
You don't have to answer that question.
Guys, I want to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Is she tripping? Because I think she's tripping, okay? For all the reasons I just mentioned. You're 48 years old, you're not married, you don't have any children, you know, you're in the dating world, and it's a very competitive market, especially when you are that age. Let's just be real. It's very competitive. It's competitive for young girls. So can you imagine being in your late 40s, almost 50, and being out in the dating world? It is extremely competitive. As she did say, there are going to be women who are out there who are willing to do that. So if you are not getting the results that you need, maybe you should check your standard. Maybe you should check the way that you're doing things. Because all these men ain't crazy. It's not possible for all these men to be crazy. But I want to know what you guys think about this. So make sure you guys leave your comments in the comment section down below. Again, if you're not subscribed to this channel, hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. And again, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow my Instagram. It's at RIVAH_JORDON. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Love you.